What's up, world? Milkman, Mr. Milktastic, coming back at you with another episode, splashing in the fishbowl. And on today's episode, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I tell you, let me just start off by saying I appreciate y'all. We had just hit 2K subscribers. Man, we hit 3K subscribers already. For real, when I keep saying that 100K subscribers plaque from YouTube, that's what we're working on. We want to see 100K subscribers from YouTube and also around the same time 100K check so we can start living life a little bit on the upper side. You feel me? Upper class, upper echelon, millionaire mission, splashing in the fishbowl, be able to do a little bit more things with the clothing brand and stuff of that nature. Ran into a trucker last night. I was getting fuel and I was real hyper with the music that I was listening to. It's like more chicken, more money, something, something. And I was hyping. I guess he was like, oh, this guy's taking a long time on the fuel pump, right? But I was just excited for life. And then I'm still excited for life. It's just sometimes you get some curves and some unexpected happening. But I've been thinking lately, like, what you have to do is keep that positive mindset. A gem from a book that I've read last year. This was the gem. It all starts in the mind, right? If you have a positive mind, you have positive thoughts. If you have positive thoughts, you have positive words. You have positive words, you have positive action. And your actions become your habits, and your habits become your character. So let's be positive about whatever situation. You got fired, be positive about it. God got something better for you. You got broke up in a relationship, be happy about it. God got something better for you. Or maybe the breakup will make that person better when y'all get back together. Whatever. Just find some way to be happy every day, and also find you some way to get that pay every day, because you cannot. Sounds too positive. Hit the like button for the positivity. What's up, my guy? You been missing in action. I ain't seen you in a while, man. What you been up to? Come in straight in with the trolling. I already know. Hit the like button for me, though. Help me out. Yeah, we gotta stay positive though. Appreciate you. We gotta stay positive though, man. Like I say, no matter what's going on, we gotta figure out, how we gonna get to the. We need millions in the bank, man. It's a millionaire mission. We need millions in the bank. This is not a game. We want to be able to help our family members out and our peoples out. So millions in the bank will do that. It would take a lot of stress off our brain. We won't have to get up and work every day for somebody else. We can create jobs and put other people to work and help them and their family, and in return reap the profits and benefits. Yeah, man, lay low, bit in the cut, stay out the way, handle your business, stay out the way every day. We got a satchel on our back, man. 3 stops on this thing. We could take off now, but we're gonna take a nap. We're gonna go take a shower. We're gonna take us a nap, rest up for a little bit, and then we'll take off. Because we got it to the point where we could do it like that. I'm from Florida, man. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, home of Kodak Black. Gotta know that. Think he from Pompano though. I'm from Lauderdale. All us Broward County. Where's the women? The women are women, and they out there being women, man. They out here. You gotta get out there and find you one, buddy. I know you got some on call, man. Call up your little what you call them, booty calls. Call up your little booty call. Where your lot lizards at? Well, you guys, like I said, we got some unexpected news. So we're gonna be doing something different, but we just gonna trust God with however it go. It's like at this point, you know what? A lot of this come from me floating, and when I say floating, that mean like I wasn't being super intentional about what I had going on. It's like I got some information. No, I was just actually at my lady house. Hey, Shine. I was just over there and had a damn good time. So I don't know. No, we're not switching no sides. But what I was saying. See how you throw me off with your trolling, man? You just throw the whole conversation off with your trolling. Oh my gosh. What I was saying. You gotta stay positive. That's what I know I was saying. Cause oh yeah, we're gonna be doing something different. Don't know what we're gonna be doing. And I was saying it come from this is a result of me floating and not being intentional about what I want to do. So I sort of got myself in a pickle here because I wasn't being intentional, and I let some again tapping in from Houston. Stay safe on the road, brother. Appreciate you, Dirty Twin, man. Shout out to Houston. Shout out to Dirty Twin tapping in. That part, man. All the way from Texas. We be up through that. I wish they send me that more. I like Texas more than the Northeast. Houston is very cultured all together. I just posted a video of Sauce Walker on my shorts. I ain't know that boy had so many cartoon characters tattooed on him. And I posted a video of Onk707 saying that he think Young Thug going back to prison. I think if Young Thug stays ass out of trouble and don't be around that hood stuff, he can stay out. Because if you got money, rap, any kind of music money, you shouldn't be participating in the hood activities anymore. Okay? You should not be pulling up to the trap. You should not have the trappers at your house. You should not be singing out with the dope man, with the shooter. None of this. We got money now. We got to keep a clean image. You understand me? But like I say, we just gotta trust God out here because we don't know what's going on. Can't believe little baby done got jammed for real, man. No, I ain't hear that yet. They done got little baby. I know they was trying to say he had something to do with them kids that got killed at a concert or something. Maybe you should tell that to Suge Knight. I know you were trying to say he had something to do with some kids that got killed at a concert, but they tried to say that about Travis Scott when them kids got killed at that concert too. That's crazy. They be locking up all the rappers, but Young Thug got out, YF and Lucci got out. Hopefully them boys kill that beef and don't kill each other, you know what I mean? Woody out here getting to the bag. He told you he gonna shoot you. He'll tell you he gonna tell and he gonna shoot you. That's crazy. Crazy work right there, but hey man, I ain't not here to be nobody judge or nothing. I just think if a nigga get a second chance, you better take advantage of it and stay out. Don't go back in. But let me get some of this reading in so we can go shower and get our sleeping in, man. I just came to tap in with y'all to say I can't believe that we was just saying, I'm just saying thank y'all for 2K subscribers. And boom, bam, bow. Y'all been sharing the video, liking the video, commenting. And we done got up to 3K subscribers that quick. My goodness, we working on 100K subscribers and 100K plaque from YouTube with 100K payday. Alrighty, we gonna get that. We working on it. If anybody could tell me anything about AdSense and YouTube partnership, I would appreciate some mentorship on that. I need some mentorship on AdSense and YouTube partnership. We got to get this cheese. We got to get this chicken, baby. More chicken. I'm a fat nigga. Feed me more chicken. Let me stop. Hey, man, dear Lord Father up in heaven, I do not know what you got cooking in the kitchen, but it's a lot of curves coming. I know I did a lot of floating for a lot of time since I got that information about that child. Speaking of that child, I ask you to keep us safe and protect her too, because, you know, I ain't had no information or nothing going on. So to you, Lord, keep us safe in Jesus' name. And I ask you to keep me safe with all these curves and twists and turns and let it turn out to be nothing but a blessing and not a scratching. I will try not to let anything scratch me out because I'm trusting in you, God. I believe in you, God. I believe you sent Jesus to die for my sins, and if anybody believe in him, they should rise again. With that being said, forgive me of my sins. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your grace. I ask you to continue to be with me. Continue to bless me with your mercy, your grace, and your presence and your peace. May I get knowledge, wisdom, understanding as I read your word. May the person listening get knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and be encouraged to pick up your word and read it for themselves. And in case they're orphan or atheist and don't know that you're their father and that you're real, in Jesus Christ's name, I pray you watch over my family, friends, and even my enemies. Keep that shine of mine straight and safe. And let these people's eyes be open so they can know that you their father and that you are real. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Jumping and splashing in the fishbowl. Already stay blessed. Yes, sir. What we got? We got Psalms 85. Prayers for God, mercy upon the nation. For the choir director, a song of the sons of Korah. O Lord, you showed your favor to the land. You restored the captivity of Jacob. You forgave the iniquity of your people. You covered all their sin. You withdrew all your fury. You turned away from your burning anger. Restore us, O God, of our salvation, and cause your indignation towards us to cease. Will you be angry with us forever? Will you prolong your anger to all generations? Will you not yourself revive us again, that your people may rejoice in you? Show us your loving kindness, O Lord, and grant us your salvation. I will hear what God the Lord will say, for he will speak peace to his people, to his godly ones, but let them not turn back to folly. Surely his salvation is near to those who fear him, that glory may dwell in all our land. Loving kindness and truth have met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Truth springs from the earth, and righteousness looks down from heaven. Indeed, the Lord will give what is good, and our land will yield its produce. Righteousness will go before him, and will make his footsteps into a way. Let's continue. Psalms 86, a psalm of supplication and trust, a prayer of David. Incline your ear, O Lord, and answer me, for I am afflicted and needy. Preserve my soul, for I am a godly man. O you, my God, save your servant who trusts in you. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for to you I cry all day long. Make glad the soul of your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. For you, Lord, are good and ready to forgive, and abundant in loving kindness to all who call upon you. Give ear, O Lord, to my prayer, and give heed to the voice of my supplication. In the day of my trouble I shall call upon you, for you will answer. For you will answer me. There is no one like you among the gods, O Lord, nor are there any works like your hands, like yours. All nations whom you have made shall come and worship before you, O Lord, and they shall glorify your name. For you are great and do wondrous deeds. You alone are God. Teach me your way, O Lord. I will walk in your truth. Unite my heart to fear your name. I will give thanks to you, O Lord, my God, with all my heart, and will glorify your name forever. For your loving kindness towards me is great, and you have delivered my soul from the depths of Sheol. O God, arrogant men have risen up against me, and a band of violent men have sought my life. And they have not set you before. They have not set you before them. But you, O Lord, are a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abundant in loving kindness and truth. Turn to me and be gracious to me. O grant your strength to your servant, and save the son of your handmaid. Show me a sign for good, that those who hate me may see it and be ashamed. Because you, O Lord, have helped me and comforted me. Yes, Lord, Father, up in heaven, in Jesus' name, help me and comfort me. You feel me? Send up some prayers and get down some blessings. You heard me? Let's get down with the blessings and stop all the stressing. You heard me? That's what I'm talking about. Let's get down with the blessings and stop all the stressing. I scream, Jesus Christ is Lord over here. We run away demons. I don't play no games when they come over here scheming. I say Jesus Christ is the Lord, and I scare away demons. This is the Federal Mafia book that we are into. You know what? I've been bucking and bucking and bucking, but we're going to get into it today. We ain't going to buck it today. We're going to get a page in there today. I would definitely put a buck on this, but let's get a page in there. And I think we is as far as extortion, federal style. This the book we're moving, the Federal Mafia. This is the book we're reading. Called Extortion Federal Style. In 1982, Congress added new penalty provisions to the code as embodied in Section 67, 6701, 6702, 6703, and 6682. Figure 2.1. Note that the Section 6701 penalty relates to an understatement of the liability of a tax, while 6702C provides a penalty for those filing returns which do not contain information on which the substantial correctness of self-assessment may be judged, or where on its face indicates that the self-assessment is substantially incorrect. Note 2 that Section 6703 places the burden of proof as to whether or not any person is liable for Section 6700A, 6701B, and 6702C. Penalties on the government. The following should be noted with respect to the wording of these sections. For the first time, a specific reference and acknowledgement in the law itself that income taxes are based solely on self-assessment. This direct acknowledgement never appeared in the law before, since the principle was derived solely from the fact that the code authorized no other form of income tax assessment. But now Section 6702 officially confirms it, for whatever good that'll do. But this official acknowledgement regarding the self-assessment of income tax does not appear anywhere else in the code with respect to any other federal tax. Note that Section 6702 states that the penalty only relates to the tax imposed, emphasis added by subtitle A, but not to any tax liability created in that subtitle. The reason for this omission is covered in Chapter 6 and reveals why Section 6702, if mandatory, would be illegal, which is how it is being enforced. Number 3, note the use of the word shall and shall pay a penalty of $500. Shall in each case really means may, because any other construction in connection with income taxes will render the section unconstitutional. Number 4, note further that Section 6701 only applies to an understatement of a tax liability, which, as Chapter 6 explains, means it cannot apply to income taxes, while Section 6703 applies only when a person is liable for a penalty under Section 6700, 6701, and 6702. But since no one is made liable for a penalty in any of those sections, Section 6703 can't apply to any of them. What's going on? What's going on, Luke? Figure 2.2 will, however, illustrate with what lawlessness these provisions are enforced by the government, and should dispel forever any naive belief that taxing statutes are enforced with any degree of honesty by the federal government. First of all, note that Mr. Ullman is informed that his Form W-2 does not meet the requirements of Section 3402. This claim is false, since Mr. Ullman's Form W-4 does not meet the requirement of Section 3402, see Chapter 8. In any case, Mr. Ullman is also informed that his Form W-4 is not acceptable because we have no records of your 1986 income tax return on file. On this basis, Mr. Olama is further informed that he is being made subject to a $500 civil penalty for false information with regard to withholding. It should be obvious from these two statements that the IRS had absolutely no evidence to substantiate its claims. The government arbitrarily claimed that the information on Mr. Ullman's 1987 W-4 was false, simply because it had no record of his 1986 income tax return on file. One does not need a high IQ to figure out that this provides absolutely no basis for concluding that any information on Mr. Ullman's 1987 W-4 was false, let alone provides a basis for a $500 civil penalty. In addition, Mr. Ullman signed his W-4 under penalty of perjury. Would he have risked criminal prosecution for perjury if he, for a moment, did not believe the information that he supplied on his W-4 was truthful? And if the government claims that the information was false, then why did it not charge Ullman with perjury? In addition, did the faceless and nameless IRS agent who wrote Ullman's employer claiming that Ullman's Form W-4 was incorrect and requesting that it be disregarded ever similarly swear under penalty of perjury as to the truthfulness of his claim? So how can an unsigned and unsworn to statement of a phantom government employee, maybe a chairlady, take precedence over a signed and sworn declaration of a private citizen? I challenge anyone to explain that. Also note that besides illegally extracting a $500 penalty, plus interest charges. The government has also instructed Ullman's employee to disregard his sworn W-4 and to withhold taxes as if the employee was single and claiming one withholding allowance. This is the document. Remember that the government told those students in Figure 1 through 3, note Chapter D, Chapter 1, by which employees tell their employers how much to withhold from their pay. But obviously that statement was a lie. So what else is new? If the government doesn't like what employees tell employers, then employers are told to disregard what they are told by the employees. Therefore, since the employees have no control over their wages, then who really owns their wages? Them are the United States government. And if the United States government now owns and controls the wages of the American employees, then what have the American employees become? But the government did not only take $500 from Mr. Ullman, it seized, based on the claim of some revenue officer whose signature is hardly legible and who might now be employed pumping gas, in such penalties plus interest, overlooking the additional $3,714 it illegally seized from taxes Ullman didn't owe. Do you realize that there are thousands of people now serving time for stealing a whole lot less? As shown by Figure 2 through 4, if the victim do not pay up in 10 days, the IRS can be confiscating anything they can get their hands on, including the victim's wages, to satisfy totally fraudulent penalties imposed to maintain a fictitious due process. The government and its beneficiaries gives the victim the right to bring a lawsuit in federal court to recover funds illegally seized. However, since any such federal lawsuit would cost the victim far more in time and money in the courts that have already been stacked against him, then the fine itself, this amounts to nothing more than naked mafia-like federal extortion. And if in such a lawsuit the victim raises valid legal arguments to contest government's illegal seizure of his property, he risks being fined another $5,000 for raising frivolous arguments. Welcome to America. And while this goes on in America on a daily basis, college law professors give exoteric lectures to the nation's law students on the protection afforded Americans by due process clause of the Constitution and the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, jumps up and down and pounds his chest to remind us that it is ever watchful lest our constitutional rights be eroded or violated. So despite the due process clause of the Constitution and all the slogans and trappings of justice with which American courthouses and courtrooms are adorned, the United States acquires property on a basis that differs little from how Guineas can acquire property of how some large and punctilious caveman might have acquired a thigh bone from someone smaller and less robust living in the next cave. In addition to all of the above, the IRS, when determining the tax a non-filer allegedly owes, which the law doesn't authorize it to do, often adds to that amount a 50% civil fraud penalty, the elements which differ little from those constituting criminal tax evasion. Assuming that in this later case the individual does not within 90 days choose to contest this penalty in a kangaroo tax court, which is not really a court at all but merely another administrative agency masquerading as a court. District courts will permit the IRS to proceed to confiscate property on the basis of total unproven civil fraud allegations. And if the victim seeks a hearing in a district court to contest those allegations, it will be denied. The courts will then permit the IRS to seize property on the basis of totally unproven civil fraud allegations, even though the statute clearly states that the government has the burden of proving civil fraud, but the government will be allowed to seize property even though the government never meets that burden. Now, in all the above instances, the government seized property in payment of alleged income taxes and related fines and penalties without court hearings of any kind. So it shouldn't take a particularly keen legal mind to figure out that any law that would authorize such seizures would have to be illegal in view of the Constitution, specifically prohibiting such government behavior. So why isn't the law authorizing such seizures illegal or unconstitutional? Why? because there are no laws that authorize it. Remember, the income tax is voluntary. So if there was such laws, the payment of income taxes would be mandatory, not voluntary. Nowhere in the Internal Revenue Code is the IRS, i.e. the government, authorized to seize property in the manner described above. The people responsible for drafting the Internal Revenue Code were smart enough not to put anything like that in law, since if the code did not authorize such seizures, the code would be unconstitutional for reasons that should already be apparent. How? You ask, can the IRS get away with it? It can only because federal judges are perfectly willing to disregard both the law, the Constitution, and their oath to the office. How income tax violates the Fifth Amendment. So when we come back, we're going to see how income tax laws violate the Fifth Amendment. That is the federal mafia. I got to say, this book right here going to cause your brain to have to think a couple of miles probably faster than it normally would, especially if you're not that good with taxes or you don't know too much about taxes. But that's why we read money books and tax books in the Bible, because we want to know about God and money and these taxes. You understand me? And what I'm reading and what I'm finding out is the whole tax system is just damn voluntary. We've been volunteering our information and telling the government under perjury of law, you can come bother me because this information might not be right. So if we stop volunteering information and wait till they give us a tax bill and then see if their tax bill matches our tax bill, then that's how that's supposed to go. And when I say that, I mean like if you go to H&R Block to do your taxes, right? We're talking about the federal mafia. So if you go to H&R Block to do your taxes, you let them file the taxes, but don't send it in to the government. You tell them just file it and give me all the paperwork. Now you got all the paperwork that you're supposed to send to the government, and the tax person say, hey, you owe the government $1,100. Okay. So you waiting for the government to send your tax bill of $1,100. You don't want to volunteer all this information that H&R Block just filed and put together for you, because when you send that in, you sign something that says under penalty of perjury of law, all this is correct. You didn't file that paperwork. The H&R Block agent filed that paperwork off the information that you gave them. So that information might not be correct somewhere. So why would I voluntarily send this in to you saying under perjury of law that this is correct? That's why I say it's all voluntary. Because just like if you bought some property, they're going to send you a tax bill for that property. That's the same with your job. You work a job, your company sends the tax things to the government. They're supposed to assess and see how much you owe. You're not supposed to self-assess and then send it to them. No, y'all have to send me a tax bill. So from now on, I will go to H&R Block or my tax person, let them file up the paperwork, but don't send it in to the government. Give it to me. Tell me how much I owe. I'll wait for them to send me a tax bill, and then we'll see if we could compare bills. Because these taxes was only supposed to be during times of war. And I seen that new Captain America. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep my mouth closed by Trump and Elon and what they got going on. Just pray for them boys. But in that new Captain America, it says, I'm a wartime president. I think Trump has looked at this movie and he want to say really bad that he's a wartime president. Like he want us to go to war. The man is crazy, and he didn't even want to go to the war himself. So I don't see why he's trying to be like a bully and go to war when you didn't want to go to war yourself, sir. So why you trying to send other people to war? You gotta chill, Trump. You know you ain't want to go to war. You think these young bucks want to go to war? No, they don't. They don't want to do that. Nobody wants to go dying for stuff we don't even know what they dying for. All right. So that trying to trips me out that he's trying to be like a wartime president. And like, hey, they're talking about China and Russia. Shit, niggas better be worrying about Mexico and Canada. And now he talking about he want to take over Greenland or something like that. Talk about we need it. And he want to take over, what it was, Guantanamo. The man just think he could just go take over real estate. What is going on with this man? Talking about we need Greenland. We're going to get it one way or the other. Like, bro, we ain't trying to go to war, bro. Chill out. You dodged the draft because you ain't want to go to war. So chill out with all this trying to start war. And then, like I say, you ain't even messing with China and Russia. You messing with Canada and Mexico, people that's right next to us. Nigga, chill out. What you doing? You tripping. ain't gonna lie, you tripping, player. Boy, was big thirsty. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Cause like I said, we just was celebrating 2K subscribers and we already at 3K. That's crazy. That's crazy work. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's up with the future, but I know God gotta have good plans for the man. It's gotta be good. You feel me? So I'm gonna be optimistic that it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. I don't know what's the next chapter involved, but I think it's gonna be great. And I'm not gonna be spooked. We're gonna step in faith. We ain't stepping spookly. We ain't moving on no scary shit. It is what it is. It's happening like it's happening. We gotta just keep it going. That's it. That's all. Millionaire Mission, put a 1 in front of the million, a clothing behind the mission. 1 Millionaire Mission clothing. Make sure y'all go to IG and follow me. If you want to order some clothes, you got a Pacific clothing. You want a red shirt with the gold words like the hat, or you want a white shirt with the black words, or you want some orange and black, or you want some blue and white, or you want some yellow and black, whatever color you need. Millionaire Mission splashing in the fishbowl, coming back at you with another episode. And on today's episode, we just gonna trust God. We're gonna remain happy. We're gonna stay focused. We're gonna stop floating. Cause like I said, I think since I got that information about a baby, I just sort of kind of really been floating. I've been handling business, doing what I need to do, but I've been floating and letting some of the business just float. Like I ain't even paid attention. Like whatever. It's just been a whole whatever thing and just going through the motions. But now we're grabbing the wheel. We're grabbing the wheel for real. And we're going to steer this thing intentionally. Even though we say, God, we're going to trust you. We don't know what's next. But intentionally, we steering the wheel in a direction that we want towards success. That means every day we gotta grind. We gotta holler at somebody about the product and making some type of profit. Do you understand me? I said the product gotta be on you and you gotta be on it. You know what I'm saying? And make them sales, get that cake, get that cash until you got the millions in the bank and you can help your family. You can take trips. You can go somewhere else for a little while. It's like, hey, they tripping in America right now. Let me go to Africa. They tripping in Africa. Let me go to Hawaii. Let me go to an island where I can put my feet up and they're not wilding and nobody wants to bomb it and nobody wants to go to war with them. Or somewhere I can have peace of mind. In Jesus' name, it's coming. Just keep grinding. Millionaire Mission. Act like you want it. Get on it like you want it. Millionaire Mission. If you ain't on one, get on one. Appreciate y'all for real. I can't believe we got 3K subscribers. We on the way to 100K subscribers. 100K subscriber plaque from YouTube and $100,000 check from YouTube. Yeah. I'm definitely a green screen guy. It'll be more of those coming later on tonight. But for right now, we gotta go get right, take a nap, and then we'll take flight. We got a satchel on our back, but we want to just close our eyes before we move. Right now, this is how I'm feeling. I'm like, look, I'm gonna close my eyes before I move around. All right. That's what I'm doing. Splashing in the fishbowl. Coming back at you with another episode. I'll tap in with y'all a little bit later tonight. Alright. Appreciate y'all for subscribing. Like I say, I'm just saying thank y'all for 2K subscribers. Man, we at 3K. Hey, y'all get this video up to like 50 likes, to 100 likes, to 200 likes for me. Let's run the numbers up and get that 100K check from YouTube. Yes, sir. Splashing in the fishbowl with another episode. Milktastic TV, you know me, the green screen guy.